So, in terms of regards to the new Mercenary Tao here, I'm really too hyped for this banner, to be honest. I mean, Mercenary Tao himself actually looks like a really good unit. I'd probably say, just looking at his kit alone, I'd probably say he's easily top 5 TY in the game at the moment. But I guess the only thing that probably does hold him back a little bit is he is, I'd say, not really restricted, but he does have a few things that are restricted to him that does make him really good, if you meet them requirements, right? We have got these tickets here that I quickly did just before I went into like the proper summons, just because these are the Dokkan, what are they called? Dokkan Day tickets, I think they're called. I think on JP they're called a little bit different, but it's the same sort of thing, right? I think there's also, I think another 14 tickets in one of the events. I think it's a serious battle event, so that was pretty easy as well. But yeah, I'm hoping we get fairly lucky on his banner because there's not really any good units on this banner. I don't think I go through it here, but Buhan's definitely probably one of the better ones on this banner, just because this is his first return, so I guess it's cool if people do him up. But other than that, man, like it's not really worth summoning for, I don't think. But what Dokkan's done recently is they've actually done a really depends how you look at it. It's a good and bad thing. So you probably would have seen it before you summon. There's a thing called summon points. So these summon points are basically what Legends has. If you've played Dragon Ball Legends before, they got like pity coins sort of thing. So you get coins each summon sort of thing. It's sort of similar to that in a way, but I'd say it's a lot better. So with these summon points, I think you get it every third multi. You get, is it 30 points or 10 points? I can't remember the exact amount, but I think you need a total of 300 just to get one ticket to summon on. And anyway, on this banner, it has like a range of like really good LRs. Pretty sure it has all the 10th anniversary LRs. And then I think a few of the TYs after anniversary as well. All in this one big summon banner, I guess pity banner, I guess you can call it. So it's not quite how I thought. I thought when I first heard about the summon points, oh, this is going to be very similar to Legends. So it's like all the summon points you get from this banner, for example, you can get for more tickets to summon on this banner. But no, it actually seems like a lot better idea because now you can summon for units from 10th anniversary still. Or maybe it's not a summon. Maybe you can actually use a ticket to exchange for the new LRs. I'd have to look into it again. But the reason why it's a good and bad thing is because to get the amount of points you need, so like I said, I think it is 300. I could be a bit wrong on that. Could be a little bit less or more. But the way they've made it is you sort of have to summon on nearly every banner just to get these points up, right? Because it's going to take a long time to get these points up. Unless you save like tons and tons of stones and then all of a sudden went really deep in one banner. Which you could do, but at the same time, it actually might be capped, these summon points. I haven't actually fully looked into it just yet. I've only like just sort of quickly skimmed over it. So, like I said, they're trying to make you spend all your stones on, or at least like a rotation on each banner. Like new banner, which I guess you could say is not too bad, but it's for like 150 stones just spending on each banner, right? And as we all know, we got the Dokkan, what do they call it, globe, like sort of the worldwide celebration, I guess you could say, but it's gonna be like anniversary level. It's for Global's anniversary swap, right? But now since we're fully synced, this is like, I'm gonna call it a second anniversary because it sort of is by the way they're describing it. Like this says anniversary content, but it's not called anniversary anymore. It's the Dokkan Global Celebration, or something to do with global. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But I fully believe in that spot. I've talked about it before, but I fully think we're going to see Daima in that spot. Which, to me, the summon point things, whatever you want to call it, ticket things, sort of confirms it to me. Maybe not Daima, but something as big as Daima, right? Or like something, like some real hype characters of like hype animations. So I guess when you look at it that way, it is really good when you get something that good. But knowing that they want you to keep spending your stones regularly, it's not quite a good idea. But at the same time, like I've always said in previous videos where I've talked about some will skip videos, Dokkan obviously wants you to keep spending your stones. It's a gacha game. Gacha games want you to keep doing it no matter what. Which, like I said, it does make things harder to summon and skip on, which is why now with the summon points, I'm not sure if I should recommend people to skip this banner, for example, or summon to just get a few of the points, right? Because, like, yeah, there's a few units in this banner, like Goku Black here, you're not going to use him. You know, like, to be honest, any good units you can probably use, like, maybe Topo, depending. You know, he still is a little bit iffy, I'd say. Buhan is probably the only good one, I would say, which like is still usable. But there's not many. I mean, obviously get Mercenary Tao, he's obviously very good. But, like I said, the chance of getting him on this banner isn't quite the best, just because there's a lot of featured units on this banner, which, you know, it can be good depending if the featured units on it are good. But, like I said, there's like maybe 2, maybe 3 units you could use still to this day on this banner, but other than that, it's really not enticing to me. Where you look at the big Dokkan celebration we're coming up, which I think is in a few weeks. I think, yeah, maybe, is it starting next month? End of this month, I think. I think now in this celebration we should get another LR in probably 2 weeks from now. Yeah, again, I don't know who that possibly could be. I'm hoping they're for the mission team here, because this new mission, what's it called, mission execution team or something like that, that like desperately needs some help. So, yeah, like I'm trying to get to is the new Dokkan campaign thing coming up. The banners there, if it is, like they said, anniversary worthy, as you all know, anniversary banners are usually top tier, no matter what. Always have like the best featured units, stuff like that. Like, to be honest, I could heavily see them bringing the 10th anniversary units on these banners coming up, purely because of the summon points thing. If they didn't bring them on the new summon point exchange thing, if they went on the banner, I wouldn't expect them to come back this early. But knowing they're on the banner, I'm starting to heavily think we could see them come on the new banners coming up for the Dokkan Global Celebration, whatever they call it. So if that's the case, you know, these are definitely must skips. Even, you know, the part 2 LR for the celebration, it's a must skip. You know, but, well, I guess it's not technically a must skip, because you do get the Dokkan Day tickets, and they're obviously free multi, so you can summon on it, you know, obviously. But the point I'm making is, if the new anniversary LRs do turn up on these banners coming up, then these banners are just absolutely terrible. There's just no reason to summon at all. Well, I mean, well, depending what the part 2 banner is going to be for this, I don't see it being that good unless they start bringing the anniversary LRs on it now. But I just don't see it being worth it at all, to be honest. As you can see, that we actually did get some summon points there, which I was talking about before. But like I said, you need 300 or more, something like that. So it's quite a fair bit. You're not gonna get it in day 1, sort of thing, unless you're just a huge whale of the game. Then you'll probably get it. Then you'll probably get it done in 1 day, depending on your luck. But as you can see, we're not really getting the best luck here. I didn't fully expect it, because I got fairly lucky with Cal and Khalifa. I think at the moment they're at 79%, so I was happy with that. I ended up getting one copy of a single, so I sort of knew that this banner here I was going to get shafted, or at least, well, I didn't think shafted, but I thought I'd probably get, you know, pretty bad luck. But, yeah, as you can tell, these are pre-recorded, so I sort of know what comes up. We do have to go for pity in the end, which I do show the little clip. Just so I thought, hey, I could do that as a little, a little short, just to show you how badly I can get shafted on these banners. But, I mean, I can't complain. My luck's been pretty good with Legends, for example. You know, Legends, I got the new anniversary units. 14 started pretty easily, I'd say. I mean, I still went fairly deep on the banner, but depending on how deep I usually go, I can't complain at all. Can't complain at all. So yeah, I did expect to get shafted on this, but luckily there is pity on this banner, so I did get the unit with pity, which I'll happily take any day. That's probably the only bad thing I hate about some of these banners down Dokkan, is like, yeah, some of these banners do have pity, which is very good, but then some of them don't, which obviously sucks a lot. Like, for example, Karen Khalifa's banner didn't have pity on it, but it did have double rate, so I guess it was sort of like, I guess it's sort of like a good and bad thing. Like, yeah, you don't get the pity, but you get double rate, so you have double the chance to get them, but you're not guaranteed, so I guess it's a bit of a hit and miss. But I guess at the same time, like, if it did have pity on it, would it really matter too much? Because you're going to get the one copy of the unit. You can't just keep getting multiple copies, sort of thing, of pity. So I guess it probably wouldn't really matter too much. But like, I guess getting General Blue there was actually pretty good. Now I have another unit to link level. I mean, I haven't really looked into him if he's good or not. I'm assuming he'd be decent because he's a banner unit, but I'm not expecting him to be like top tier or anything like that. But he could be at the same time. And by the way, we don't get any special animations during all these summons. As you can see, this is why, typically, depending on how long these summons go for, I mean, these ones aren't really that long, but like, sometimes I'll go like 30 minutes on like a summon. summon video and I get like nothing, and usually you'll see me like skip it or fast forward it. Just because, to me, if I'm a viewer watching this, it's just very boring to watch, just seeing nothing. Like, well, unless you like see me get shafted on these banners here all the time, then I guess that's pretty interesting to watch. But other than that, it's not really. I mean, it's even boring me just looking at the screen, just talking over it, sort of thing. I mean, well, if I kept in what I was actually recording before, when I was actually summoning it, I'd have to probably cut out a fair bit of it from all the swearing, just because it gets annoying. Especially when you're like really deep in the banner with stones and that, it's just like really. Yeah, really annoying to summon on. But I guess that's the joys of gacha games, you know? Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get shafted. Most of the time for me it's shafted, but I'm just sort of used to this point. What else did I talk about? I mean, we've only got a few bit left. I mean, I think we've got 2 Buhans this summon session, so I guess it's not too bad. I think I need 2 more for him to be rainbowed, so I guess that's not too bad, I guess. And I think we get 2 general blues. I think. But luckily for me, as well, since I obviously summoned quite a fair bit in the game, I got a lot of these units rainbowed. Most of these, like, trashy SSRs, like, actually trade up to get more coins. Like, I don't think I recorded it, but once I, like, finished my summons, I was like, alright, I'll just try and get pity. Like, off the pity coins now. I think when I traded all these units I have, like, heaps of dupes of, I had, like, 48, no, not 48. I think it was over 40 or over 50 coins I got. But as you can see here, I get the last copy here. And, yeah, that's going to do it, guys. If you guys are feeling to see more, please like and subscribe. See you on the next one.